Hey guys, it's Hooch, the Black Sheep of Christ, back again with another video. Today's topic is going to be a little bit different again, but completely relevant to my current stage in life. Right now, it's allergy season, and so allergies is something that I've dealt with for years upon years. Usually starts in the spring when leaves start to come back, things start to grow, pollen is in the air. Typically, I experience a lot of congestion, runny nose, my breathing decreases in terms of the amount of air that goes into my nostril. I have itchy eyes, a lot of sneezing, all the above. And so that's something that's relevant to my life each and every year. And this is something that I haven't really seen or heard of anyone talk about, but I'm going to talk about today kind of the most effective measure that I take in order to combat the effects of allergic reactions to the air, to the pollen, etc. The number one thing that has helped me in my treatment of the allergies that I suffer from is what you see on my nose. This is a Breathe Right. The Breathe Rights were kind of popular, especially for NFL players. That's the first time I ever saw anyone use a bandage on their nose. Guys like Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, receivers in the NFL in the 90s. Those were the only people I saw with these bandages on their noses. And so, I never really paid much attention as a kid or as an adult to that. But at some point, my allergies got so bad that I was desperate to figure out how I'm going to really deal with this congestion in a more natural way. In the past, I have used certain medications like Sudafed, which has been helpful, but I'm trying to not take medication unless I have to. And to be honest, this bandage has been significantly more helpful than anything I've ever taken for allergies. And so what this is it's a bandage and it's got some flex to it. It's a little bit firm, but what it does is it sticks to your your nose. And because it sticks to your nose, when it flexes, it'll pull your nostrils open a little bit. And so just that little bit of opening up here, it increases my breathing quite a bit. I'd say at the very least, it increases my breathing from, let's just say, 75% congested to maybe 25% congested. And so it's a pretty significant difference. I feel about 75 to 80% right now in terms of normal breathing. I think what happens when you get congested is when you can't breathe and there's no airflow going into your nasal passage, into your nostrils, and into your sinuses, well, then what happens, I think, is all the fluid that gets stuck up here, all the gunk, it tends to drain. And the first place it's going to drain is through your nostrils, through your nasal passages and out your nostril. What happens with this is it opens up your nostrils and it allows for airflow, in my opinion at least. I haven't really studied this that much, but I had to think about, okay, why does it help me? And this is my answer. Because it increases the nasal passage diameter and allows for more air to go into my nasal passage and my sinuses, well, therefore, that consistent flow, circulation of air just keeps the sinuses, the drainage from the sinuses from coming down out through my nose. And that's really helpful. During the pandemic from 2020 to about 2023, 2024, we were masking all the time for visits. And one thing that I did enjoy about masking during that time was during the springtime, I could put my mask on, but before I put my mask on, I would take some Kleenexes and I'd stuff both noses and that'd wear my mask, right? And so I did that because my nose was constantly draining and running. And there was no other way for me to control that drainage other than just to stuff or be constantly blowing my nose. Now that I have this on, I don't have to blow my nose at all. So it's quite the effective tool. And if you're really ambitious, you can take an essential oil. I've used eucalyptus in the past, which has been really helpful, or some type of menthol swell, like a vapor rub. You can put it on the bandage And even though it's not super strong for other people near you to smell, it is on the bandage and right next to your nose, so that it helps from that aspect, to keep that smell, that essential oil smell, to open up your nostrils even in that way. And so therefore you get kind of the physiological impact of opening up the nostrils to gain more breath when you put on the essential oil onto the bandage. And then you get the mechanical aspect of opening up the nostrils to allow more air to go into. So these can be bought. I usually buy them on Amazon, but you can buy them pretty much anywhere, especially the drugstore. You can get about 50 of these or 75 of these for 15 to 20 bucks on Amazon. And so that's what I've been doing. I'll wear these every day. I've been wearing them consistently every day. It's really helped, and therefore it's vital for my my daily routine just to get through the day. Without it, I think I'd be blowing my nose quite a bit, and I think I'd just be really congested and uncomfortable. And even with this, it's still somewhat uncomfortable depending on the homes you go into, depending on the air you're breathing. The homes that I go into that have smoke and cat dander and dog hairs, whatever it may be, those tend to irritate me a little bit more. But this just makes it so much easier, and it's so cheap. It's very affordable. I will usually use one per day, and so I go through these pretty well, pretty quickly. One thing that it does do is if you leave it on, it will lose its stickiness over time, just because your skin gets oily, it gets dirty, and then the stick no longer stays. Hence, you shower every morning or every day, and you wash your face, and then you apply it. It'll stick for a good while, at least for most of the day. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. I'm here to be a help to people. I'm here to share kind of the struggles I have in life, no matter how small, how big, hoping that I can bring you some help, some encouragement. I think this is a game changer for me, and I hope that it'll be a game changer for you. And if you found this helpful, I really hope that you'd even consider subscribing and continue to keep up with the videos that I'll put out. Again, I thank you very much for your time. God bless. Have a good day. Bye-bye.